Hey, one more time. This is the final video. I can't stay in Russia. Now, if you haven't seen the other two videos, I highly recommend it because they all build upon each other, and this video will pick up where the last one left off. Now, we made this video originally, the first one, on the same road that I'm on now, and I noticed something weird in the air, and it turns out it's this right here. So yeah, this is oil that somebody dumped into the environment. That's a disaster. And as you heard the crunch, that's this here. That's the newly dumped glass. Anyway, I'm gonna get into the recap of how I got here, and I'll begin with the main reason of the school. Basically, I didn't get into the master's program that I was putting all my hopes into, and this is really because the place where I applied, they messed up real hard. They told me the things that I thought were red flags about getting in weren't really red flags. They were just what they were, you know, like they could work around them. Okay, that's, I guess, a better way to put it. And when they gave me the first rejection, because there were two of them, they rescinded it. They said, oops, that was a mistake. There weren't enough applicants. And when I asked them about how many seats they were trying to fill, because, I mean, how many applicants are you looking for? It turns out the answer is just one or two. Now, my math is not that good, but if you're filling one or two and I'm one of them, how many are you looking to reject? That's the question. And with my educational background, that led me to kind of think about, where do I go? And Russia is one of those countries where getting into a master's, the barrier to entry is quite low. You just take a department exam. Typically, if I remember right, the passing rate is 30 or 40%. Means you can get tutored or whatever and then get in. So I leveraged, or I thought I could, this relationship with my single family member who's also sick when I did my paperwork. But I bumped into bureaucracy left and right. And the worst of it is the politics. Everything came back to, you're not from a friendly country. And last time I heard, the country that's having a war is not my unfriendly country, but yours. And that's how we get to this point of legalization. I thought I did everything for it, like the fingerprints and the criminal record check and the medical check. But, well, when I made the phone call to the dude that does registrations, the head honcho who takes bribes, he told me, you have one thing missing, and that one thing is the fine, the fee for overstaying your visa and for not having registration, which, by the way, legally isn't required in my case. Now, I'm thinking, okay, that's not a big deal, right? How much do I need to pay? I heard different figures from different places, but the first thing I do is I go to Moscow, where I wait for 6 hours after having traveled for 5.5 with the number of 7,400 something, because that's how many people they see per day. They actually see 20,000. And finally, a woman asks me, once I'm at the counter, what's the issue? And I tell her I need to pay a fine. And she's like, yeah, what fine? I'm like, the fine for not being here legally. And she says, yeah, I never heard about that. And she takes my documents, goes to her supervisor, and the supervisor tells her some stuff, and she comes back and says, there's no fine. You just need to get your registration because you have a legal basis for being in Russia. All right. Next thing, I call up this dude, and I'm like, hey, man, there's no fine. I don't know what you're talking about. And he says, oh, no, there's definitely a fine. And if you don't give me that receipt, I'm not doing your papers. All right. I go then to the Ministry of Internal Affairs, what is it called? Migration office. And I've been there twice, and each time After waiting for an hour or whatever, no one is there. And it's very strange because those are their working hours. Turns out that they just decided to bounce. You know, they left early. Okay, then I think about my options. What do I have left? I have cousins. Maybe they know somebody. So I call up my cousins. And they say, okay, we got a lawyer in Moscow. A lady, nice lady. She works very closely with the Ministry of Internal Affairs. All the stuff related to migration, because that's her job. And she tells me, you're not gonna get through this because you're not in Moscow. Everything that happens outside of Moscow is like 1,000 times more corrupt. And your registration issue, I can make it go away. And your paper issue, I can also make that go away. I can solve everything, but you have to pay for it because, you know, bribes. All right, what's the cost? And she says, 250,000 rubles. Now that's about $3,000. It's a lot. And I asked her why, and she tells me because the people that, even if they took your paperwork, okay, they will still reject you. They have a rejection rate of 75%, even if you have nothing wrong with anything that you've given them. Like, it's perfect. Why? Because it's just the politics. The rejection that you're gonna get, according to her, is you didn't pass the FSB background check. Now, with the procedural violations that they constantly do or make, the chances that you can prove otherwise while being here legally are slim to none, because you have to be legally here to go through the court system and then to show the evidence. Interestingly, Russia doesn't work on a innocent until proven guilty principle. It actually works in reverse. It's guilty until proven innocent, and the burden of proof is always on you to prove that you didn't do it. Very hard. It's like this because you can look at the statistics. It says that 99% of court cases or crimes or whatever are in fact convicted. So if you get dragged to court, you are screwed. And basically that's it. There's really nothing else to say about all of this. This is 1,000 years of mentality, method, thinking, I don't know what else, just the way of life. It's been 1,000 years in the making, and it's not going to change anytime soon because it's like a net. If there's a weak link, someone's going to police you and get you in line so that you're not. Thanks for watching.